Good morning, all you Uber Dupers. Welcome to Uber Birmingham. I just want to discuss something that happened yesterday. Well, the result came in yesterday, so we know what that is. And that is the EU referendum, which UK has voted to exit from. And we'll discuss a bit about that. As usual, let's start off with what's happening with me. Another MVP award. That's the fourth one now. I'll let you know what they give you once you get your bronze level. The rating, I'll just quickly show you. 4.82. I got some issues. Two issues on my side this week. Well, first one is with professionalism. I know how I got that one, mind you. Basically, I told him I was having none of his route and I'll take my own one, save him some money. And but you know, if he wants to carry on, he can. And the second one is ETA. So that was my fault. Basically, what happened was she pinned herself at the wrong place, and where she was, coincidentally, was more or less 5 meters away from my car. And so she's there watching me, and I'm here on the phone thinking, well, she's across the road down there, and I'll, you know, go and get her in about 5 minutes time. But when I did start my car, she was waving me down, and then, you know, she's saying, well, you know, why have you accepted the job if you wasn't ready for the work, this, that. And so that's the ETA one. It's still, you know, just to let you drivers know, even after all that, you know, you can be the top 1% of Uber after getting two people telling you off. Okay, let's go back to what we started off with. EU referendum. Birmingham decided to stay, vote for leave. The whole of the UK voted to leave, and so they're out of the EU as we know it. How was the EU formed back in the early 1970s? The UK joined the EU basically to have access to the whole the whole European markets, to trade its goods, and in return also the people of the EU could move themselves around at the same time as well. That's what it's for. The real reason is, at that time there was a big massive black monster that wanted to kill everyone, called the USSR, and UK joined with the EU just in case the Cold War broke out, and you know, it had some good allies along the side of it. That's what it came down to, basically. Over the years, UK has been successful in certain areas, and you know, and it attracted a lot of EU people living in the EU coming to work in the UK sector. The UK public weren't very happy with that, and so took some sort of a rebellion, and that's what it's come down to. Well, I mean, you know, you know yourself, in this trade we take a lot of Polish people from work, and you know, from hotels and all sorts of things. They use us all the time, really. There is a lot of work that comes through people in this country, and obviously that's going to be, you know, taken away. Now, from not immediately, obviously there's a 2 years gap till, you know, they're trying to isolate themselves from, you know, the whole of the EU community, and I don't know where that is. No one knows. You know, is it, you know, racism, you know, in a different colour, you know, God knows, you know. But what we do know is, you know, obviously when you halt the whole thing, the whole process, like we have done now, where we're trying to remain out of the EU, you know, that the likes of the housing market will come into effect. So, you know, the housing, there won't be that much house to build now, because, you know, you're not getting that sort of people coming in. So that's going to have a, you know, it's going to be a big you know, people getting unemployed, plumbers and all them sort of things. And obviously also, Uber drivers, the less people there is to go and get, the Uber drivers' earnings are going to be affected at the same time. So, we'll have to see how that comes out. And I think one thing is good for certain is that we still got Boris Johnson as an Uber fan, and so that should help. The Uber drivers or the Uber team. I'm not sure, if we be able to go and work in Frankfurt one night and Ubering there, and then do another night in Paris, and all them sort of things. That's probably come to an end if you're thinking of doing them sort of things. So it is a sad day. It is a day when UK decided to break away from the rest of the EU community. How that will pan out, well, you probably will come in, you'll probably see a bit of it in the next 5 years. You won't see that, exactly what is happening now. There'll be a lot of redundancies. A lot of companies will be relocating to Europe, because you have to understand, Europe is a massive, place for, if you're in a business, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be lingering around. Don't buy all this, Boris Johnson, the Commonwealth market is a bigger place and all them sort of things. When you're an entrepreneur, you want to stay local, and you want to give your get your product out to the vast market. When now, if you're I don't know, if you're a badge seller, selling this badge to the whole of Europe, you probably need a EU mark or some sort. I can't see it here, to comply with that policy, with that, with the actual well, you have to trademark it, I suppose. Now also, if you was going to sell that now, because we've split, and you wanted to sell that in UK, now you'll need 2 trademarks, one for over here and one for UK in the euro. Now if you're a small company set up, that's a lot of money that's going to go out into getting that license and this license as well. Now if in Europe they say, well, we want ours 0.5 mil weight, and in the UK that is and they want 0.04 mil, for as a entrepreneur who's making these, that's twice as much as going to make now. It's got 2 licenses, and it's going to become very hard for him to succeed. But what, the sense of picture I'm saying, what I'm trying to get to. So that's how it is with Uber, and we'll see how it goes. And obviously we are definitely going to be affected, because Ubering is all about numbers. The more people out there, the more people use us, the more money you could make. So obviously when you're trying to hold that, the growth of that will come down. And I'll speak to you guys soon. So Uber Dubers, you keep well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye now.